Help support our coverage with a free account on Privacy, the service that keeps you protected when shopping online. Get $5 to try it now by using promo code QZZ2J.
We do have our next guest in studio, Adrian Na from Lify Wellness. How are you today, Adrian? Hello, Adrian.
Hello, Chris. I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great. How was your digital CES experience?
It's been going really well. Thanks for asking. We are talking to a lot of interested customers and a lot of media partners as well. After all, we our product is really all about stay-home wellness. And I guess, there's no bigger theme, this year when everybody's still in lockdowns, so we're helping our users to get a healthier lifestyle while being in the lockdown.
Well, tell us a little bit about your product, about what it is that you guys do, everything else.
Sure. First of all, thanks for having us, on here. Really excited to share our products with everyone, with the audience. So as you can see here, this is our product suite. We see ourselves as in very similar as in an espresso or Keurig, but then we're made for wellness tonics and herbal teas. The idea is really to use a single serve capsule system to make the pursuit of wellness easier, more convenient, and cleaner for our users as well. So the product is, go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, the product comprises of 3 parts. This is the brewer. We design and manufacture it ourselves. It's also an IoT product where our users can control using our app. So the app is currently on both iOS and Android. It's free to download. Just search for Lify Wellness, then you'll be able to see it. So there are 2 main benefits with the app. The users can actually get recommendations which wellness formula to drink based on a couple of things, the body conditions, the weather, as well as the moods. For example, if I'm feeling tired, what should I drink? If I'm feeling dry, what should I drink? So on and so forth. And the third and most exciting part will be the wellness formulas that we co-create with a team of wellness professionals, including traditional medicinal practitioners, herbal scientists, as well as tea masters, to really want to bring both function as well as flavor together for our users' daily enjoyment.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I myself am a practitioner of herbal medicine. I use teas, tinctures, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I guess one of my first questions, because there are a few things that naturally taste good, but there are some things that are really good for you that don't necessarily taste good.
I know what you mean.
You can take raw chamomile, put it in a piece of cloth, soak it in some water, and hey, it tastes just like chamomile tea. It's great.
Yeah.
You go to do that with some other things, and it doesn't necessarily taste the best for you, like raspberry leaves, for instance, that kind of stuff. And sometimes even like passion flower, which is used to sweeten a lot of things naturally, that kind of stuff doesn't quite have the flavor that you would think that it does as a tea on its own. Even things like blue lotus, that kind of stuff, which is really, really good for people with insomnia, that kind of thing, doesn't really taste fantastic on its own. You got to add honey and lemon and all kinds of things to make it a little bit more palatable. So I heard you say that you're working with tea masters, herbalists, things like that. Explain to us, without getting too proprietary, of course, a little bit of the process that you use to make sure that these things that are good for gut health, good for respiratory health, allergies, all kinds of stuff. How do you guys make sure that dosages are correct, and still that dosages are correct, that things are palatable?
Yeah, these are really, really great questions, and thank you for asking them. I guess, I can cover the function part first and then the
Sure.
flavor part later. So in terms of function, we really look at each formula from both the traditional medicine perspective, looking at the nature, how it kind of pair with, your body nature, how to kind of, find a balance. And that's the kind of traditional medicine theory. We also look from a herbal scientific theory, as in looking into the active ingredients of each of the clinical herbs that we use and incorporate in each wellness formula. So take this formula as an example, so as you can see on our app, what I'm drinking is a reishi mushrooms and aged tangerine pu'er tea. So reishi mushroom is a very powerful adaptogen, and I'm sure it's gaining its popularity in the US as well. So in the app, our users can actually see what are the health benefits, what are the active ingredients that brings those benefits, and also in terms of the nature, how it pairs with your body. And then they can also see the flavor. We have a flavor profile here. A description of more details of the health benefits that they can expect, and the ingredients here.
Sure.
What we do is work with this team that I just mentioned through a very, very, very long R&D process with a lot of R&D tests and trial and errors, and involving focus groups, and also working with test labs as well, to really look at the how each herb kind of pair with each other to create a wellness formula that serves a very specific purpose. Like you mentioned, in this stressful time during the lockdowns, a lot of people are having problems with having a really good quality of sleep. So we do have a sleep. We do have two formulas that improving sleep quality. One is our sleep formula. We use a chamomile, rooibos, and chrysanthemum. And then we have another formula which is infused with broad spectrum CBD. And then we use a mix of herbs like rosehip, rosella, and pear, apple pomace, so on and so forth, to kind of really bring out the balance of the flavor as well. And that brings me to the flavor part. We do work with a team of tea masters and a lot of kind of focus groups to figure out, how we can make certain kind of superfood ingredient not just functional, but at the same time, when they are paired with other tea, fruit, and other kind of herbal ingredients, they taste good. If something does not taste good, our users will likely to just drink once, and that's kind of defeating the purpose of achieving a daily wellness.
Yeah, precisely, because just like with any kind of medication or anything like that, you're not going to take one pill and feel better.
Exactly.
Like it might, but it's going to take a little while for that lasting effect to take effect, because it's got to get into your body, and your body's got to get accustomed to it. So it's kind of the same thing with herbal teas, that kind of stuff. It really is the fact that you have to use them for a little while. Increase the dosage little by little, that kind of stuff. Which is what I was saying. Like on occasion, once you get up to that medicinal dose, that's like, hey, okay, now this is good for you. Sometimes it just don't taste that great. So to know that you guys are, like you were saying, working with exotic tea professionals, that kind of stuff, people who are used to taking traditional teas and bringing them into a modern market with a modern flavor profile, things like that. Because, hey, some people might enjoy the taste of dried and ground up reishi mushrooms. It almost looks and has the consistency of coffee, and is used in addition to a lot of coffees for people who drink coffee a lot to help their gut flora, stuff like that. Because caffeine can kind of have a little kick on that and not be so great for you. So it's used as a filler in a lot of different coffees, stuff like that. But coffee covers that taste. So to know that you guys have worked with professionals to actively make these things more palatable, more generally acceptable by people is great. Now, that's a cool little device that you have going in the background. Is that the brewing medium that you have there in between your cup and the product?
Exactly. So it seems like, Chris, you are a truly a traditional medicinal enthusiast. So, it's really, cool to talk to people who really into wellness. And this is exactly the brewer, as you mentioned. So it kind of is an IoT product, as I mentioned. So perhaps, I can show everyone, how we can brew, with the brewer real quick. So
Sure.
there are two ways to control the brewer. So for users who don't want to use the app, they can just like press a button, and then it kind of runs a quick brewing mode. So with a kind of bloom and brew technology, the brewer delivers a fresh cup of wellness tonic in just 40 seconds. And later on, you will see the main difference in terms when it comes to the technology, like when compared with, like, for example, like a espresso or Keurig machine, we have like a pre-infusion. We call the blooming stage, where a hot stream of water, actually runs through the pot to kind of steam and extract all the nutrients and flavor from the natural and raw herb. Because we're a wellness company, we do not use concentrates, extracts, or powder,
Fantastic.
anything nasty. Like some of the blends will taste naturally sweet, but they come from fruits. We do not add sugar. So we really kind of put a lot of emphasis when figuring out the wellness formula. So and these tubes inside, they're actually our pots. We call them herbal discs. It looks like a disc format. And then basically inside is airtight, kind of freshly chopped herbs. So you can find like tea leaves, adaptogens like ginseng, reishi mushrooms, depending on the blend, of course, right? And then fruits sometimes. Also worthwhile to mention, Lify Wellness is a sustainable company, and hence we did spend quite a lot of R&D effort in terms of figuring out finding a material for our pot that is eco-friendly. So because there's like a huge criticism of the
single-use
kind of industry, exactly, or metal, aluminum, in the industry, they go to landfill, like very few of them actually get recycled, and that's causing a huge problem for the environment. We actually found a plant-derived material that can withstand high temperature and pressure, but at the same time, when users finish brewing them, they can just throw it in the bin. They go to landfill, they decompose 100% in 2 years' time. So it's really a beautiful balance between convenience and eco-friendliness. So there's a lid on the top here. I can just drop the pot, close the lid. So either I can press to start, or I can actually use the app to control my brewing setting. So we can control things like temperature, water amounts, as well as infusion time, the blooming time that I just mentioned, to control the strength. And then once the press is connected via Wi-Fi, and then it starts brewing. The process takes around like 40 to 60 seconds, depending on your setting. But it's a really, really quick and clean and convenient way for our users to achieve their daily wellness.
That is awesome, man. Two quick questions, because we do have another guest in studio ready to come in here in just a second. Number one, what is the price for the system and per unit? Like per flavor, all that kind of stuff. And where can people get it? Where can I go get one?
Awesome. Thanks for the support. The brewer is $2.99, and then we do give out some herbal discs as freebies. And then later on, each of the serving actually costs just $1 US. And you get like a nice big cup of actual raw and healthy wellness tonic. We do have some premium blends, like for example, blends that are infused with CBD or collagen for like stay-home beauty. And those, depending on the ingredients, we will like the price go up from there.
That is fantastic. And I can see right now, just in the time that we've been talking, you've got a cup of tea right there.
It's done already.
That's fantastic, man. And that is it, just by the looks of it, with the nice clear. I like the fact that it's got the clear carafe, because you really do want to be able to see A, the clarity of the liquid, and B, the density of the liquid. That is so important when you're talking about medical herbal teas. If it looks like water, literally put that liquid back in the thing and brew the same liquid back through it. That's the only way you can make it stronger, is to rebrew it. So the fact that that comes out that strong out of one disc, and that looks like it'd be about 2 cups out of each one. So that's pretty cost effective. That's about 50 cents a cup. That's fantastic for herbal tea.
Exactly.
So, once again, tell everybody where they can go to get their Lify Wellness.
You can go to our website, us.lifywellness.com, to check out our products. And then right now we're shipping internationally, and hopefully by first half of this year, we'll be distributing locally via retailers as well.
Great. That is awesome. I'll definitely be in touch to get my Lify. So thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the digital CES experience.
I hope you enjoyed that interview, and if you did, make sure you check out some of the more than 100 interviews we conducted during the virtual CES 2021 coverage. And of course, subscribe here on YouTube, hit the notification bell to learn when we post new content and when we go live.